You're listening to Impact, a Temple University podcast about service, sacrifice, and Temple made.
Hi folks, my name is Kristie Furiosi, and I'm here with Temple University Impact in honor of Black History Month, where we are going to showcase our Black service members and veterans and what it means to be a Black hero. Currently, I'm sitting with Bendu Chowe. Welcome back, Bendu. This is your second time.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you. So, let's just jump right in. Let's jump right in with your introduction. What is your relation to the military, and what do you do at Temple?
Yeah. Okay. So, hi, my name is Bendu Chowe. I am a junior, major in psychology with a cognitive neuroscience minor and an applied behavioral analysis certificate in pursuit of that. So I'm Air Force National Guard, traditional guardsman in the military.
Awesome. And if you ever want to go back and listen to Bendu's full story, you can check out Impact Podcast number 1. Bendu was our first student, first service member to be interviewed. Now, segueing back in, of course, we are showcasing our Black service members. And so Bendu, what does it mean to you to be a Black hero?
I think Black hero means that I'm representing a group of people who are not only underrepresented, but doesn't really get a lot of the platform to speak and to be heard. So I think as a Black hero, I'm really uncovering that veil that has been placed over the Black community and just helping. I hope that younger, Black individuals to really seek out leadership positions and to be in a place where they can really make a change.
That was beautiful. Yes. And so we kind of talked about, who are you outside of the uniform? When you put that uniform on, you represent the United States Air Force and all the values that upholds. But what does it mean when you take off the uniform?
I think the fact that I'm a National Guard member, it is quite easy to code switch or to go from service member to civilian. And outside of the uniform, I'm first a daughter. I'm first a daughter. I'm first generational college student in pursuit of education opportunities. And then outside of that, I am a student. And then thirdly, the most recent title I'm stepping to as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. So I think that obviously these roles are different compared to my military service, but there's so many things that I took from my service and I'm now incorporating those roles. So yeah.
That's fantastic. So we're Black History Month, talking about what Black History Month means. And, what is one thing that you want society to know about Black veterans and service members?
Okay. So, I guess, that's like really a 2-part question in a sense. So in the first part, Black History Month, I think, my favorite Black hero is Frederick Douglass in a sense that he really saw education as a way out, and he really sacrificed everything to learn. And he I think the desire and the thirst for education was something that I hope to replicate in my life, because despite situation that he was in, he really overcame that to learn and to help a lot of us just see that. But secondly, as a Black veteran, I look to, when we think about the Edison 64 and those men who risked their life without even, there was no disclaimer of the service they were stepping into. And they just went out there and brave and then sacrificed their life. And I respect that. It's the honor behind that. So I guess in relation to those two group of people, or Frederick Douglass and the Edison 64 men, is the sense that I can make a change as well. And my service can be not only a way to give back, but a way to lead and to change. And I do hope that one of these days I'm in a position where I can really make a great impact on others and just, yeah.
I love all of that. And so, your experience with the military, your experience with the deployment, Have there been any really significant Black NCOs that you've worked with, or officers that you think have just exemplified what it means to be a Black hero and to exhibit Black excellence?
Yeah, and I think that a lot of time, sadly, the ratio of Black officers compared to like their counterparts is significantly lower, in the sense that Black service members usually take the role of sergeants or, master sergeants. They really are the working peoples, but so they don't really reach out to be leaders. And I've seen maybe not even a handful of Black officers in my experience. I think that's what really make me want to step into that role. But I think that sergeants and enlisted members are so important. They're so like significant to the military service. However, being an officer and stepping up to that platform is actually a lot more challenging and demanding. So I really see, I do understand the risks that people wouldn't like draw back from, but also the benefits and how it can really take you to different heights. But I think that one particularly Black officer that really inspired me was currently now Lieutenant. He's at my Woods. He's my Air Force. He's my Air National Guard base in Biddle Air National Guard base in Horsham, Pennsylvania. And yeah, he was currently enlisted, and he served as a recruiter. And he was like, I feel like there's more I can do. I can touch more people. And then he wanted to become an officer so he can be put in a position to reach out more and to get the respect. Because not that enlisted members don't have respect, but officer has this kind of unsolicited respect that people just like don't question a lot about their credentials. It's out there, it's flat. Like, you earned this degree and you went and took the test and you passed the OTS and now you're an officer. So I think that he wanted to make more of an impact, and that's the role that we need to step into, those leadership roles. So yeah.
And that's what you're hoping to do.
Yeah, by God's grace. And there's a lot of areas I need help, and I'm really seeking mental health, but he is a C officer, so like with construction and civil engineering, it's really a field that we need to like pull others into. So yeah,
fantastic. Fantastic. So thinking about these roles and thinking about the leadership aspirations that you have, and thinking about the high school students who are making the decision of joining the military right out of high school or pursuing that college route and going officership, how would you encourage a young Black high school student right now?
I think those actually there's 3 different paths you can take, right? Like, you can graduate high school, take a year, and then go to college, or you graduate high school, go to military and go to college, or go to college and go to the military. And RTC, you can do like simultaneously go to college and the military. But I think the decision lies in where do you see yourself like 5-10 years from now, and in the sense that like, I think for me, when I made the decision, I was like, okay, I don't want to waste time, and I really want to be like on track. And I felt like I didn't need a transition like period. I was like, I know what I want to do, I'm gonna go for it. So I think that if you're really determined and you're certain that the military is a career for you, then definitely right out of high school. However, if you're having a little bit of thoughts, you're like, drawbacks, that you take a year and really think about it, because it's my mom tells me this is not like a phase, it's a lifestyle. So like, the military is not something you just like hop in and hop out. Like, this is something that you like, whether or not you realize it, something that it lives with you. The military training, the conditioning that we have been through is something that you live with. So you can't just like, hop in and hop out of it. So I think that if you're really determined about your service, then definitely talk to a recruiter as soon as possible. But if something that you think that could be for you, take a year and think about it, or just take some time off, go to college and see what is there for you, because military is not for everybody. But at the same time, it can be. But I want to make sure people really understand that the decision lies with you. I can be the best recruiter right now until you go Air Force National Guard, but I also want to be a recruiter for you in your life and say whatever works for you. So it's like, it's very serious. I even find myself like stopping and like not texting when I'm walking, and I'm like, oh, remember, I'm not in uniform no more. So like those little things does carry it. It carries with you. But if you feel like you're a kid that needs structure in your life, sense of direction, then the military could be a place for you.
So Bendu, being a Black woman in the military, what was your experience there?
Oh, okay. So I think that coming in, I enlisted. I enlisted December 2018, and I went to basic August of 2019. So I think that when I first came in, it was literally 4 or 5 other Black females in my unit, or I guess in my unit of basic training. And I think that just made me feel like, because we're a minority in a sense, it gave us power that not a lot of people are pursuing like a military career, and we are. So I think it made me stronger in the sense that like this decision that I make, that I'm not making, it's going to be a positive one, a good one, to see other people and encourage them to join. Because even though we were not a lot, I felt powerful in the sense that like I definitely could represent others and then help them like to see that if I can do it. Because man, I'm 5 feet and I'm like 125 pounds, and I was 115 onto like basic. So like I was like, if I can do it, then anybody can do it. So I feel like having that like mindset that like, if me, such a small person and figure, can take such a big and bold decision, then anyone that's bigger than me, or even the same size as me, can really take that bold decision as well. So I think being seen as a minority in my unit as a Black woman, it made me powerful in the sense that like, like I did this. I stepped up to the plate.
Sense of pride. Yeah. An immense sense of pride.
It definitely did. And I think that was powerful to me. And I think that I saw a lot of for me, when I went to basic, I had almost like a buzz cut. I was like, okay, I'm going fresh. But I think that other Black women in the military, the boot camp actually had difficulty with their hairstyles and how like they their identity, part of them, and they had a hard time with doing the slick back, no flyaways, tight bun, and that's something you can achieve with enough time, and anyone can. But with the time frame of getting ready with like 30, 40 girls in 15 minutes, which is crazy. So I think that a lot of my friends had a difficult time. They're telling me, oh yeah, I don't think I can, like, I'm in my hair at night, I can't get it done in the morning. So I think that might have taken away from their experience, but I think that it adds on to it because they have to work so hard to keep that identity and just really preserve who they are. And I was like, that was beautiful in a sense. And now, actually, I think now the regulations have changed, and now we can really represent ourselves and really show our culture in how we dress and our hair. And even the beauty standards that have changed have made Black women comfortable enough to express themselves. And I have even stepped into that comfort as well when I have my nails done. It's like, it's not too long, or it's not too like, I guess like it's not too in a sense like ghetto, because that's the word that's used a lot to describe like Black women and their sense of fashion, their like how they express themselves. And I think that because the military is becoming more open to that, it definitely makes it easier to be a Black woman and be comfortable in our skin, and really go beyond our appearance to be able to step in and do our job and what we're actually enlisted for, and just not take away anything from it, and it adds to it. And I think when other Black young girls see Black women in the military fully expressive in their identity, in their hair and their nails, and however aesthetically they want to be presented, it makes it seem like, yeah, this is realistic. I can do this too. So it doesn't have to be like cut clean, like, no, it can be messy, beautiful as we need to be. So yeah. So yeah, I think that's fantastic. My experience. I think that as a female in civil engineering and CE, people like often underestimate like predominantly it's a male career field. I understand that, and then also it's not a place you would see like a small Black woman. So it's like, oh, okay, you know, this is like, at first they're a shock, but at the same time they're like, okay, once I prove what I know and my skill sets that I've acquired, they're like, okay, you know the job. I'm like, yeah, you know, I went to the same training as you. So I think that it definitely had made me like want to work harder and to really improve myself, and not to really show off, but to really represent what I've learned, in the sense that like you can estimate me on the first look, but when I really prove myself, then you like, okay, she knows what she's talking about. She knows how to do the job. So I think that adversity really has strengthened me a lot, because I can just prove you wrong. I don't have to like argue with you or really take it personal. It's like, okay, well, that's just how you see me, but look now, like, what do you see? So,
and do you think that was a very much a frequent occurrence for you, having to prove leaders wrong, prove peers, fellow service members wrong?
Yeah, I think that even go beyond the race is also like, you know, the gender inequality of like a woman being, well, firstly, a woman being in the military, but also a woman being in a civil engineer job. I think that oftentimes, like, because I'm already so confident as a person, like I'm not really taken back by people's comments. I'm just like, okay, well, that's fine. And I think that really is like how I grew up, my confidence in who I am and how my parents like taught me to be, and they're really expressive. So I think that like when people like look at me, you're like, you're in the military, and I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh, I was like, yeah, okay. But I think that like, and then when they see me with situations, like it was like, oh wow, you know, like you're on time, and like, you know, yeah, that's what I learned. That's what I can do. And then I think we're actually breaking a lot of these like stereotypes and a lot of these barriers with like surrounding Black women in the military and service. And I think that now I'm seeing every kind of Black women in the military, and it's just amazing. My sister is in she's in the military as well, and she's in services in Red Horse in my base, and she's like a total like girly girl, like really expresses how she dressed, and like people are like, okay, well, you're in the military and you're still like, you know, well kept. Yeah, you can still be in the military and still do your job, but also still be true to who you are and expressive. So like, yeah, she does her nails and her hair and everything, and like, you know, lashes. It's not like, you could still be, I guess in a way, you could still be bold and beautiful, and then still carry those characteristics of being a military member. Because truth be told, if things does go south, she's going to be the one to step up and perform CPR, or the one to step up and guide everyone, lead everyone, or in situations that are worse, definitely not to handle a weapon. And we're all taught that way. So I think it really taught people that you can't judge a book by its cover, and sometimes the cover may be flashy, but it's underneath the cover, like what the book, the content of it. So yeah.
And you know, before we wrap up, we never really dove into your side your business.
Oh, yeah.
If you want, could you just talk about your business and what inspired that?
I think that entirely my military entire journey. So I'm Christian, and when I was at boot camp, I think that my relationship with God actually grew, in the sense that like I was in like such a devastating mental state. I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I can do this. Doubt. And I think that me praying and me just like getting close to God really helped me through my entire BMT process, because you're throwing in this new situation with maybe even like 50, 60 other girls. You have to like figure out how to live in this like tight space. So I think that really made me like, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not athletically like advantaged. Like I don't think I can do this. I came in doing 7 push-ups and then left 15 a minute. So, but I was just like, I just didn't see myself succeeding, and I needed encouragement. And I think that spiritual upliftment really got me through. And then when I deployed, Lord have mercy. So when I deployed, I think that was a place that I really saw like my relationship with God like helped me through. So I think that all of that, in a sense, brought me 360 back to my business, which I launched in September of last year, and it's called a Great Commission. It's like really helped. Like it really is about sharing the word of God and just being positive, in the sense of like sharing my testimony with others, and hope that they can be joined and connected to it. So it's a clothing line, and I have clothes and stuff with scriptures on it, and I really want people who have a sense of faith to really build it and strengthen it, And then it really isn't like, I guess it really is just to represent, our beliefs, but it really is those who have a foundation and wants to strengthen it people all the time. And I'm like, yeah, it's a business, but also everything about it is a lifestyle. Everything I do is a lifestyle, actually. Like, I don't think things as a phase or things are like, it's just a thing I'm doing, but it really is something that I'm actively pursuing and really want it to grow and help others, like how I've been helped. So yeah.
Bendu Chowe, everyone, a full-time student, a service member, and a Black entrepreneur, and finally a Black hero.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for having me. Happy Black History Month.
Kristie Furiosi, and I'm here on the Impact Podcast in honor of Black History Month, where we are showcasing our Black service members and veterans. All right, so I am here with Shelda Jean-Louise. Welcome to the podcast. This is your first time on our podcast, so it's very, very very laid back. But the first question, just diving right in, is first tell me about yourself. What year are you at Temple? What do you do in the service?
My name is Shelda Jean-Louis. I actually said it. So I was born and raised in Haiti. I came to the United States when I was 14 years old, and I graduated high school in Jersey, and I went to PA. My family bought a house in PA in 2015, and I've been in PA since. But I went to college for like 2 years here and there in community college, but I never really knew what I wanted to do. So at the end, I decided to just, on COVID, I almost died. I was like bedbound for like a month when I had COVID. And I was like, you know what? And at that point, when I was laying down, I was like, if I die right now, I have like so much regrets.
Wow.
Because I don't have children. I don't have a career. I don't have anything going on for me right now. So I was like, what can I do? What do I like? And I'm like, I like math. And I went to look into engineering. I had some friends from high school that graduated as an engineer, and I looked into that. I was like, that's what I want to do. So I applied to Temple. I didn't get in the first semester, but I went to East Stroudsburg for that one semester, brought my GPA up, and I applied to Temple a second time. I got in, and I've been here ever since. And what was the other question?
No, you're good. I didn't know that you were first at ESU, so exciting. Yeah. So the other question is, what are you doing at Temple right now? Your major, your year?
Yeah, I work at UPS as a specialist for their base engineering department, and I actually also switched my major to computer science.
Okay.
Ever since I started working as a with engineers, I realized like, I do not want to be like that. I don't want to be around them and things like that. It's nothing bad. It's just I kind of want to work from home and then working in a place where I'm stuck, like in a building. I don't want to feel like I'm waking up every day doing the normal routine stuff. So that's what I do right now. And I'm also obviously in the military, in Air Force, and I'm Air Force Guard. And my AFSC is TMO, Transportation Management officers, but we're not actually officers. It's just
the title.
The title is TMO. But that's what I do right now.
Awesome. Awesome. So we're gonna just dive right in.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to be a Black hero?
I don't really think there's like. I mean, my answer is definitely gonna be like a different point of view from probably Americans that are born and raised here. Well, I grew up in a country where my color wasn't really like a big of a deal because everyone is mostly Black. You do have some light skin or mixed people, white people around you, but it's not very common when I was growing up. So it's like I never really thought about a Black hero because I just saw everyone around me the same.
Wow.
So for me, it wouldn't be like a Black hero. It's like it would be like, what do I think about inspiration? That's how I would see it. So my thing is, it's whoever makes you realize your potential.
So who was that for you?
Myself. I would say
yes.
COVID.
Yes. Fantastic.
I would say COVID. I almost died, and I made a self-reflection.
Wow.
Yes.
And that really just kind of catapulted you into...
Yeah, it woke something inside of me, and I went for it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So and I shouldn't. Well, I'm out of the Army, but we as service members, we put on that uniform, and we, I was just talking to Bendu about who she is outside of the uniform, and we kind of put on a different persona when we put on that uniform. So how do you feel when you put on that uniform as a a Black woman in the military?
I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not feel like myself. I mean, obviously, you have to you have to have like a composure when you have to be professional. So it's like, I'm not saying that myself not professional. I don't know how to compose myself when I'm in uniform, but I would say like having the uniform on is obviously a pride, but it's almost like you're kind of conditioned to just it's called the Army it's called formation. It's almost like everyone has to follow that one straight line. You can't be yourself. You have to be what the military wants you to be. So yeah, that'll be my view for it. I don't think that I'm Shelda in a uniform. I think I'm Air Force. Yeah. So when I put on the uniform, I'm that exact person that they want me to be. So yeah, I'm not myself in a uniform.
Who are you outside of the uniform? We know where you work and what you're pursuing, and who are you?
I'm still growing. I mean, I'm 26, so it's like, sorry, you're a little old. Like. No, but I don't know. I think I'm figuring myself every day. I'm learning and I'm growing. But if I was somewhere to ask me like who I am right now, I think I'm probably the chillest person ever. All I care about is like my health and like cartoons and and then just basically trying the best way I can live financially free. That's literally my focus right now. I'm not so much interested in who I am as a person. I'm more interested in like where I'm at and where I'm going. So
where you're at and where you're going.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
I want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I want to be comfortable. I'm tired of going through stuff. I'm tired of the misery. And not that my life has been so hard. No, of course not. I've had the best childhood. I've had the best couple of years. When I mean comfortable, I just want to be where I can wake up every day and not have to worry about food or not have to worry about where I'm living. I just want to be able to wake up like today and be like, well, Italy looks nice today. The weather is nice. I want to take a flight there. I want to probably go and try. I see this good pizza over in Germany. Or whatever's going on. Like if I see it, and I might just want to get up and go visit it. Like sometimes I'm seeing on my Instagram on Reels where you see Germany, you see Green Iceland. It looks so beautiful, and I'm just like, I wish I could be there right now. You just want to be in that position. I want to go through the phone and see myself over there. And this is what I mean. Like I just want to be an adventurer and then have the money to do that. So yeah.
Did we talk about what influenced your decision to join the military?
Well, I always wanted to join the military since high school, but having immigrant parents, they have one mindset about it. You go and you die. It's just like, like you're gonna go and you're gonna end up in some type of thing and you're gonna die. And they put that fear on me because I even joined ROTC in high school. I just always loved their uniform. I've always loved just being part of something. So I didn't go because, and then as I grew older, I started speaking to people that were veterans. I started doing my research. And then what really put the nail on it for me is when I started at Temple, every semester I have a balance of like 7-something and I couldn't pay for it. And my family can't help me. So I'm by myself here, and I was like, if my family can't help me, and I can barely help myself. So I went and I went to find out the military services that I always want to join, and I did research it, and then they were like, the Air Force is better. So I took the ASVAB and I went in, and that's, I think, being at Temple definitely emphasized, going to school definitely emphasized me joining.
Yeah, rest is history.
Yeah.
PT test next week.
I know.
So, you talked about being from Haiti.
Yeah.
How do you think your culture, your heritage has influenced who you are today in your service and your experiences here? I
mean, definitely in a positive way. because like my grandma, she'd been traveling the United States since the 90s, like the early 90s and things like that. So I always thought that like I could have been born here. I wanted to like be here when I was, because America seemed so cool. But it wasn't until years after I lived there and I realized like what I had lost by being here. Because it's so much freedom. You know, it's sad what the country is going through right now. But just me as a child, blinded by the government and political stuff, all I saw was life. So I did enjoy Haiti for what it was and for what I thought it was as a child, and it was beautiful and everything. So I miss that. And when it comes to influencing, I think it's influencing my mindset a lot, and I think it kind of takes a toll on like dating life and then just bonding with a lot of people in general, because in dating life I kind of grew up in a conservative household, very traditional. You know, you lose your virginity at your wedding night, and then you know things like you marry the first person you kiss. Type of unrealistic view on dating, and I think that took a toll on me. Where here the culture here is like, you're young, it's okay. It's okay to experience. It's okay to find what you like. It's okay to go out and just basically, like I said, experience and you know. But I just never could get myself to that, because all I could see is my family or my mom or my dad just judging me in the back of my head whenever I felt like I wanted to be a little bit more free than I am, and also just in aspect of what else? I think I said mindset, dating. Just mindset is just I don't know. And also like respect. We're big on respect. So in a way, I'm also appreciative very of that.
Yeah.
So there's some cons and pros about it,
and especially respect in the military. You can probably really relate to, especially
to
you know, your elders and the folks of.
Yeah, so respect definitely is a big thing. Even right here, like Temple, for example, like, you know, we walk in and there's a security guard right there making sure that we scan our IDs and everything. I see them in the morning, I say good morning every time. But, you know, you still have children, they're just so lost within their heads or just so focused on their phone, whatever the matter is, or they're just probably depressed that day. You know, people walk by people without saying good morning, and I'm never going to be comfortable with that. Like, you making eye contact with me, you can say good morning, or you could like do something, just like, you know, acknowledge that the person exists. That's how I see it. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Do you have, you know, again, this isn't just in celebration of Black History Month. Is there any final words that you want to say to, you know, the Temple community at large or whoever's listening?
The thing is, it's like, it's just sad that, like, you know, of course, Black History Month is a month to make sure that you appreciate and, you know, because I feel like especially Black Americans in America needed that. They needed that month because they've been overlooked for so long. They've been ignored and mistreated for so long. And I think a month was just like a put there for them to be recognized. And my thing is, although I appreciate Black History Month, but I also don't like it.
It needs to be,
because why? It's not like why we acknowledge Black people, but it's more like why we. It's almost why it's not even a topic anymore.
It should just be
because you know it's probably people. And I'm not gonna be offended if someone doesn't agree with my point of view. But with me, that grew up with a like around all Black people, you kind of saw everyone as one. And then when you meet someone, it was more so about their personality, not what their skin color looked like. So my thing is, it's like just. I don't know. I think Black History Month, the month shouldn't be just named Black History Month. It should be Black Culture Appreciation Month.
Appreciation, yeah.
Yes, not just like Black. Like it's just I just don't like that.
I hear you. Yeah.
That is very specific to their skin color. That I do not like that. It should be like Black, you know, traditions or Black music. It should be more onto the culture instead of as people.
Yeah.
So
thank you thank you for sharing that. That is you know, I think that is a point of view that needs to be heard. Yeah.
You know? But anyway, if, like I said, Black people are beautiful inside and out. But, you know, the music or way we are beautiful and out. And I think it should be more than our skin type of month. It should be Black Everything Month. Let's just...
Yeah. I love it, Chowe.
Yes. All right.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on this.
Yeah.
For more information on military-affiliated students at Temple, visit veterans.temple.edu.